Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how to connect to a database. Now, I have already done a video on how to create a database in phpmyadmin. So if you don't know how to do that, please watch that help video, which is here, phpmyadmin. So this is how to create a database in phpmyadmin. I'm just going to show you in this video how to connect to it. Okay, so we're going to be using our pages that we've been working on so far. So when we left it last time, our demo PHP file had just this in it. Okay, and the code looked like this. Our files look like this. Now, there's different ways to connect to a database, guys. I'm going to show you the most efficient way of doing it. I'm actually going to create a new file, and I'm going to call it connection PHP. So I'm going to go File, New, File, Save As, and I'm going to call it Connection, and it needs to be a PHP file. There we go. So connection PHP file and save. Now, the database connection needs to be done in PHP. So we're going to need some PHP tags. Like that. And then our code's going to go here. Now guys, if you Google search how to connect to a database, there are loads and loads of options. Okay, now I've made it easy for you. I've made this document for you called PHP help. And it's got pretty much everything you need for your project work. And using combinations of these things will allow you to do nearly anything you need to do. Now, I'm going to go through this document in a bit more detail in another video, but for now, we just need to go to connect into a database. So press Control and click, and it will take you straight to that section. I've explained the code in this help document, guys. I've broken it down into color codes, and I've explained a little bit about it. If you also look at my channel, there is a playlist with PHP help with 8 videos in it, and I use this document a lot, and I go through how to use it in here. So once you've connected the database, you can then watch this playlist afterwards in order to find out how to use this document and do different things. But for now, we just need to connect. We can't do anything with the database until we connect. Guys, it's okay to copy and paste code from this document. You're going to need to change bits of it anyway, okay? It won't do what you need to do specifically without you changing it. So it's fine to copy and paste. Okay, connect to database. It only needs one line of code. So copy this code and put it into your connection documents. Boom. And this will connect us to a database. However, let's get some extra marks and let's put in some comments. So this is known as a connection string. Okay, it's a string that sends it to MySQL, to phpmyadmin to connect to the database, and this just lets us know what this line of code is doing. Now, guys, if you're using XAMPP, you don't need to change much. If you're using Denver or another tool to connect to your database, you might have to change a little bit here. Okay, you're going to need to look on Google for that because I don't use Denver myself. However, this should be the same. You connect into localhost. That is basically your own computer. This is the username, and now nearly all programs I've seen use root. XAMPP by default does not have a password, so this is the password section here. So XAMPP doesn't have one, so I leave it blank. A lot of others do use one, and it's generally also root. So if you're using Denver and you can't connect with no password, try root. If not, Google it. And then the last thing is the database that you're going to connect to. So like I said, you're going to need to create a database before you can do this. Okay, see the video on how to do that. I've already got some set up. I'm going to connect to my Green Bay database. So in my code, I need to put in Green Bay here. And it needs to be spelled correctly. And if I save that, that is going to work for me. Okay. However, at the moment, it's not going to do anything. It's just going to connect, and I'm not using it anywhere. Okay. Now, the other thing is as well, is at the moment, connection doesn't do anything. Demo PHP doesn't do anything, and my index page doesn't do anything. But this is the code I need to connect. Now, in the PHP document as well, I have also put some other code in case it doesn't work. Okay. Now I can check if the connection works. So if I copy this line of code here and also put it in my connection string, underneath my connection string, what I'm saying here is if there is a connection error, die, which basically means stop, and give me an error message saying connection failed and what the error is. Okay, so say for example, I didn't spell my database correctly. If I save this and run the page, I get a warning error. Okay, unknown database Green Bay, because I've Green Bay, because I've missed off the Y. Now, if I put the Y back in, save, refresh my page, I get no error. So I'm now connected to my database, but obviously I'm not going to do anything with it yet. This is now where I can now use queries and things. However, I want to show you something else before we go into queries. So I've now got this connection PHP page. Okay. What I can then do is I can now use this connection in any other page I want. So if I need to connect to my database on my demo PHP page, I can do that. And I can do that using one line of code. If you go into the document, sorry guys, I've lost my mouse, so I'm just a bit slow at the moment on scrolling. If I use this line of code here, include connection PHP, and put it into my demo PHP page, and save it, that will now give me access to my database from this page as well, without having to write this line of code again. Now, another reason that's good is because if eventually I'm going to have 10 or 12 pages in my website in total. And if my database changes, or if my password changes, or admin name changes, I would have to change 10 or 12 pages. But using this method, I can just change the connection page, and then demo PHP just looks at the connection for the details. So whatever I change here will also change in here for me. So there you go guys, that's how to connect to a database. In the next video, I'll show you how to actually use that connection.